Lamarion James, he comes out from the yard deep, across the 15, the 20. Lamarion James to the 25, heads to the far side. He's got some speed. He's got some room. Lamarion James to midfield. He's to the 40. He's to the 30. Lamarion James down the far sideline. Touchdown, Old Dominion! Lamarion James goes 101 yards, and the Monarchs are back in front.
This is the ODU Coaches Show, sponsored by Chartway Federal Credit Union.
Old Dominion getting back to work this week, coming off a win and getting ready for a road trip to Florida International. And with that, we welcome you back inside the Chartway Old Dominion Football Coaches Show. Ricky Ronnie, Mark Davis, and Coach, that feeling coming into practice Halloween night had to be one that hasn't been felt in a while and had to be good for you guys to see.
Yeah, it was great. You know, I thought that one thing our guys did a really good job of is getting over the losses in the past, and I thought we did a pretty good job of getting over the win too. I know that seems very weird and those sort of things, but you don't want to hang too long on that win either. And I thought the guys were ready to get better and improve off the film and get better at practice and not sitting there and just basking in the win. So they didn't wallow in the losses, and I didn't want them to bask in the wins, and that's what the 1-0 mentality is all about, and I thought we did a really nice job of that.
Well, it's interesting you say that, Coach, because I know last week we talked about your thoughts on momentum and how there really isn't momentum that carries over from week to week. It's a reset there before each game. How long do you let the guys hang on to that win? How quickly do you want them to hit that reset button and focus on the upcoming opponent?
You know, I think it's reset basically once we're done watching the film. You know, so on Sunday, by the time we get out to the practice field, we don't go over corrections or anything in terms of a walkthrough. I think sometimes those game plan specific corrections can be a little, overdone. So, we don't really do that. So, yeah, as soon as you get off the film and you get on the practice field, it's on to the next week. And so I think that's really when the reset happens, and then, it certainly happens as soon as that practice is done, and the guys know that the next time they get on the field, they're going to be in pads and really, really preparing for the next week.
Well, and you don't want them to think about the immediate history, but as the long-term history was well documented. No FBS win since November of 2018. Is that something you guys discussed at all, or you let them tap into it all going into that game against Tech?
No. I mean, we honestly and truly believe in the 1-0 mentality, and it's something that, I think the entire program has bought into, and so, we were worried about Louisiana Tech. That was it, and we weren't worried about the history, we weren't worried about that, and really we weren't worried about it after either. I mean, the guys didn't talk about it. It wasn't anything like that. The guys who'd been here, it was more about, hey, we got this win, and how great that individual win felt, and how the work for that week led to that, and those sort of things. So it was all about going 1-0, and it will be again this week.
Yeah, forward is a good place to look, no doubt. You think back to that game against Buffalo with Nick missing that extra point, coming kind of full circle to this game last weekend. How nice was it to see for him? How good did you feel for him being able to boot that game winner?
Yeah, I mean, when we kicked the tying field goal, there was talk of letting us maybe run the clock down and then taking a timeout to give them less time. But I knew they had their backup quarterback and those sort of things, so felt really confident Nick was going to make it. And then I wanted to be able to get a stop and then see if we could go win it in regulation. We had to win for the fourth quarter, and I talked to Nick coming out of halftime, like, hey, we're going to have to win for the fourth quarter. You're gonna kick a game-winning field goal. So. I was pretty confident he was going to nail it and knock it down, and he certainly did. And our defense did a great job of getting that stop, and then our offense, executed really well there at the end, and that was pretty unbelievable. At quarterback, Hayden knows, and we can play more consistently there. But hey, in the clutch, I mean, that drive for the game-winning drive, 20 plays, he was 8 of 10. Yeah. And then he goes 1 for 1 on the game-winning drive. So that's 9 of his last 11, and there's some big third down throws in there. So that was some clutch performance there.
Well, it has Monarch Nation high this week, no doubt. What were some of the fan responses you got this week heading into this game?
If
you heard any.
Yeah, everyone was just so positive, about everything, about, our move to the Sun Belt Conference, about the win, about just how the guys have been playing and improving all year long. You know, we've got a great fan base, and we've got to just continue to play well, and people are going to come out. We're going to fill that stadium up. You know, this 757 is just waiting for us to put together, you know, a consistent winner, and I know that they're going to come out and support us, and so we just got to keep working every day, and you know, our work will be rewarded.
You're here in November. It means the season's starting to wind down. You're hitting that final stretch. How far have you seen this team come already just since that season opener against Wake Forest? I mean, it seems like forever ago right now, but I mean, it seems like your guys have also come a long way.
It's so funny, like when you're in the season, it's such a weird feeling because something seems so long ago,
right?
But then you look back and you can't believe the season's almost over.
Right.
So it's just a very weird, you know, you don't really know where the time goes and those sort of things. But the guys have really made a great improvement. I've seen, you know, across the board. And really where I've been the most happy is in our fundamentals, our techniques and our fundamentals, but also just in our overall confidence and those sort of things. Guys are communicating better on the sideline. They're talking more our language and all those sort of things, which is a huge thing.
No doubt at all. And for now, ODU still in Conference USA, and their next Conference USA opponent will be Florida International this weekend. We're going to get the players' thoughts on taking on the Panthers coming up when the Chartway Old Dominion Football Coaches Show continues right after this.
A 46-yard field goal attempt to win it for Nick Rice and the Monarchs. Kicking from left to right. Snap is good. The ball is down. The kick is up. It has the distance, and the kick is good! Nick Rice, good from 46 yards, and the Monarchs have their first win over an FBS opponent since November 10th of 2018. How about that?
Not one person can name a missing Black or brown, male, female, or child that has garnered mainstream media.
In a News 3 special investigation, Have You Seen Me? Jessica Larche gets to the core of the problem.
It's frustrating. It's maddening.
Where's the urgency?
Shining a light on the cases the world knows and the ones they don't.
Have You Seen Me? News 3 investigates Monday at 6 a.m.
Don't be left out in the cold. Russell's Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric has you covered with an $89 system tune-up or a new system starting as low as $89 per month. Russell's Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, your Team 3 professional.
It's the Rooms to Go holiday sale, and we're celebrating in style. Choose your perfect look, like this living room with sofa and love seat, just $9.99 or $17 a month, interest-free. Save on beautiful rooms like this, just $18.88 or $32 a month. Shop our incredible selection room by room, and bring home dining sets like this or this with fast delivery. At Rooms to Go, you get both. Great sale prices and 60-month interest-free financing. Now during the Rooms to Go holiday sale.
It's a busy time of year, so it's okay that you're not perfect. And guess what? Neither is food. That's where Imperfect Foods comes in. They save food, like carrots that take on a shape of their own, or chocolate-covered pretzel pieces, and created an entire line of sustainable groceries, including pantry staples that taste delicious. Make a difference. Embrace imperfection and get your groceries delivered weekly with Imperfect Foods. Sign up today at imperfectfoods.com/TV. Use code GREEN20 for 20% off your first box.
Hey Monarch fans, Ricky Ronnie here to say show your pride and get the new ODU credit card from Chartway.
Start using the new ODU credit card from Chartway at the stadium, in the arena, or wherever you're enjoying the game. With no annual fees and 20,000 bonus points when you sign up. Plus 0% APR on balance transfers for a full year. Earn points on every dollar you spend to redeem for cash, travel, and more. Sign up today at chartway.com/monarchs. Chartway, official credit union of ODU Athletics.
Go Monarchs!
I'm looking for Nathan.
Still looking for Nathan?
Hi, I'm Nathan. How can I help you? Nathan here. What can I do for you? This is Nathan. Are you looking for something special?
Yes, Hampton Roads. You always get the best deals on all of our items from a friendly staff who say they're Nathan. And even Nathan himself.
The friendly loaner since 1984.
Nathan's Lynn Haven Pawn, home of the area's only 4-month pawn loan.
Award-winning and locally owned Esprit Decor Home Furnishings in Chesapeake, your Team 3 professional, offers quality name-brand furniture, mattresses, and design services.
For the best prices on furniture and mattresses in Hampton Roads, it's worth the drive to Esprit Decor.
Hayden Wolf, pressure on this throw, back to throw, goes far side, high, caught! Cougs first down at the 20.
Thanks so much for staying with us here on the Chartway Old Dominion Football Coaches Show. It was back to work for the Monarchs this week, coming off a big win against Louisiana Tech. We caught up with the players about hitting the road to sunny Florida and facing the Panthers of Florida International.
It doesn't really matter who you're playing. It starts with us and with our preparation throughout practice. So, like I said, we had a good day of practice. We built on that momentum, if you want to call it that, from practice to practice. And if you can string together a great week of practice, it's gonna be pretty happy with the results that you're gonna see that weekend.
Man, say we go into each game in every way the same way, highest confidence, knowing that our game plan is the best, our coaches are the best, we are the best, I'm the best. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we always go in. So I don't really think it's any more confidence, but it's around the same confidence, and it just feels a little bit better to move around and stuff like that for a win or anything like that.
Definitely is a great opportunity for us as an offense, and we feel that way, honestly, going each week. We know what we're capable of, and as I've said before, it starts with us as an offense of executing, and when we're able to execute, we're a force to be reckoned with.
So we just heard from the Monarch players, and now, as we do every week, time to hear from you, Monarch Nation, the fans. And Coach, this first one comes from Rob in Newport News. Any superstitions you'll continue after Saturday's win? If I recall, you're not too much of a superstitious guy, but I don't know, maybe Rob's asking if you stumbled upon something, you'll keep going.
I did.
Oh?
I know probably people. So my boys got me a statue of Cocapelli when we went to play in the Fiesta Bowl a few years ago, and I had it up in the box and for that game, and then I had it for a few other games. And so I had it in my office, and I actually took it to the stadium and had it in the locker room, in my locker and everything like that. So I will do that again.
That's really, really cool. All right, moving on to Deb from Virginia Beach. You guys, this is appropriate as you guys hit the road this weekend. Do you have a favorite college football road trip that maybe you've made over your travels?
It's funny, as a coach, you don't do anything.
You don't get to take any sites or anything.
No, you go to the hotel and you go to the stadium. Like, you don't do anything.
Cool stadium, cool drive there, cool hotel, right? I mean.
yeah. That's the only parts of the city you ever get to see. Like my wife, who's been to a few. She has her favorite spots and things like that. But I as a coach, you don't know any. You don't even see it. It's very strange because it's probably too bad, because there's some great college towns in the country that I've never got to experience. I've been to all these places and everyone's like, "Oh, you've been there?" It's like, yeah, I've been there. I don't, unless it's the inside of the stadium or the hotel. I have no idea what it is. So, there are certain hotels you like for whatever reason. Some of them have like good dessert or whatever. So
great breakfast buffet.
Yeah, exactly. So there's some certain hotels that you end up liking, but that's about it.
All right, let's wrap up with Rachel from Williamsburg. Are you an active social media person?
I'm probably more active than I know. If I wasn't a college football coach, I wouldn't have any. I need to promote the program and also for recruiting. But no, I would not have any of that if I wasn't a college football coach. I wouldn't have Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. I haven't opened Facebook in a real long time. The recruits aren't on Facebook, right? They're on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram and all other things.
So you're not a TikToker, is what you're saying here?
No.
You don't have any.
I don't have that.
We're not going to stumble upon it.
No, I probably should have it, and I understand that, and I really don't want to go down that wormhole, So it's one of those things that I've tried to avoid.
I cannot keep my kids off of it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. So I really would. My wife is she's not a big social media person, but she is a social person,
Yeah.
People love to be around her. She's a nice lady, So if I wasn't a coach, I would love to live up, up in the mountains somewhere with just me and my kids and dogs or whatever, but that would never go for her. We will always live in the neighborhood from here on forever, and so.
Rachel, the answer to your question is because he's a college football coach, Ricky Ronnie, social media guru. Now, remember, you have a chance to weigh in here. You can email askthecoach@WTKR.com. You could win a sideline experience and tickets to the next home game.
to gals. Drive more, worry less. Life is full of things to worry about. Your home's foundation shouldn't be one of them. Vertical and horizontal foundation cracks, windows and doors that stick are all indications that your home has foundation issues. At JES Foundation Repair, we offer permanent solutions that help put your worries to rest. Call us today for a free inspection.
The most affordable way to update your tub or shower, period. Everybody, I'm with Kirsten from West Shore Home. Kirsten, we know that West Shore is a unique company. It's special in a lot of different ways, but today I want to drill down specifically on how you're making this whole daunting bath remodeling process affordable.
So Joe, we've helped over 100,000 homeowners over the years get the bath or shower of their dreams. The best part is it's risk-free, convenient, and most importantly, it's affordable.
Well, affordability is definitely something we're looking for, especially now. So how are you making the whole bath remodeling process affordable?
So a lot of homeowners think that they need to have thousands of dollars on hand to do a shower or bath remodel. That's simply not true. So let's take a look. This is a project we did for a local family. As you can see, the tub was a little outdated and it needed some work. They wanted a bigger shower, so we took out the old tub, put it in a new shower, new walls, and new fixtures. And the best part is they get this whole thing for just $99 a month.
Impressive. So you did it in one day, the homeowner put no money down, and it's just $99 a month.
Definitely. So let's take a look at another project. This local family's tub was outdated and it needed some work. We replaced the entire thing. This isn't a shell, a liner, or a cover-up. It's a complete replacement, and for this family, it was just $99 a month.
Fantastic, Kirsten, thanks. Folks, if you're looking to update that old, outdated tub or shower, give the experts at West Shore Home a call. They make the whole process stress-free, risk-free, and affordable too. Give them a call now, and when you do, take advantage of this great offer. Get your brand new shower or bath for as little as $99 a month. Choose from thousands of styles and options and save big. This is a limited time offer, so don't miss out. Call West Shore Home now.
Lamarion James, he comes out from a yard deep across the 15, the 20. Lamarion James to 25, heads to the far side. He's got some speed. He's got some room. Lamarion James to midfield. He's to the 40. He's to the 30. Lamarion James down the far sideline. Touchdown, Old Dominion. Lamarion James goes 101 yards, and the Bulldogs are back in front.
That was Ted Alexander on the call there. 94.1 on the Old Dominion Sports Radio Network if you can't make it out to Ballard Stadium this year. And next up, a road trip. They are taking on Florida International down in sunny Florida, Coach. And FIU, they've struggled this season, but what jumps off film about them?
Well, they've got a lot of speed. They've got some playmakers. You know, they have a wide receiver actually from up this way in Baltimore, and he leads the country in yards per reception. So he's a guy who can really go get it and make a bunch of plays. They've thrown the ball pretty well. They had a 3-game stretch there where they threw for over 300 yards each game, and one game threw for over 400. So they've done some good things, in terms of being explosive and things like that. You know, they've had some battles as well. It's not like they're sitting there and they're getting blown out. Right. I mean, they've had some tough battles and things like that. So, this is going to be a heck of a game, and obviously going down and playing a night game there. Yep. It's going to be a great challenge for us. We got to make sure that we do a great job with our hydration all week, because it's going to be warmer there than it has been in our past few games, and that's going to be we can't allow that to be a factor in the game.
You brought up passing. Max Bortenschlager leads Conference USA in passing yards per play, I believe, or I'm sorry, yards per completion. Mm-hmm. So, it's another situation now, I think for the 4th week in a row, where you guys are facing a guy who can sling it. Feel more prepared now in week 4 against a quarterback like this than you did maybe back in Marshall?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to push it down the field and take his chances and those sort of things. So we've got to be able to get to the quarterback, which I thought, I know we didn't have a whole lot of sacks in the last game, but we affected the quarterback and got to him, and those hits, they piled up. And affected it at the end of the game. So we've got to be able to do that again, and then we've got to be able to catch the ball when it comes to us and those sort of things. But Yeah, I mean, we've been playing some guys who've been making some plays at quarterback, and I think our defense has really stepped up and shown what kind of defense we are across the board. We played really good team defense.
The 1-0 mentality is something that you've talked about here on this program every week, it seems, and and you say your guys are buying into it, which is great. Coming off that emotional win, do you talk to them about not potentially overlooking a team that seems to be struggling on paper?
I don't talk about that because we talk about going 1-0 so much that it's about, just resetting and doing that. If I start talking about what's leading us to try to, then I'm not talking about 1-0, right? I'm talking about the last week, or I'm talking about.
It kind of goes against the.
It does.
The philosophy.
So our guys know. I mean, listen, we want to get as many wins as we possibly can. We're not going to overlook anybody, and this is going to be a heck of a battle just because of what I said. They're very, very explosive. They've got some explosive players on defense as well. So we've got to be ready to go and make some plays. And we know it's going to be a 60-minute battle. I don't think there's anybody getting on that plane that doesn't think that we're going to get back on that plane, very exhausted, very sore, and know that we went through a battle.
Is getting the first road win for this program in a while, is that an important milestone to you guys?
Again, it's about going 1-0. I mean, we're looking at no matter where we play, obviously we want to come up with a win, right? But in order to be a championship program, you're gonna have to win on the road. I mean, that's just the way it is. Obviously, you have to defend, SB Ballard Stadium, but you're gonna have to go on the road and you're gonna have to get wins. And so we all know that. But right now, we're not looking for any massive trends or anything like that. We're just looking to go 1-0 this week. But we do know that this is going to be something that is for us all to reach our goals long term. We're going to have to get road wins, and this is a great opportunity for us to begin that.
I won't say momentum because we've talked about that.
Yeah.
But in terms of confidence building, winning back-to-back games, getting that victory on the road, how big would that be for this team?
Well, I do think that confidence is a real thing, and I think that confidence happens sometimes even, when you lose. I know that sounds crazy, but every time you go out there and you perform the way you're supposed to, you execute the way you're supposed to, you get a little bit more knowledge and all those sort of things. You gain confidence. So, I mean, obviously, you're going to gain more confidence in a win, So I think that confidence is a real thing. It allows you to play a little bit faster, allows you to react a little bit quicker and those sort of things, and allows your natural ability to take over. I mean, so I think that, I think you saw it last week on the kickoff return. Omarion had confidence in his teammates' ability to make those blocks, and so he hit that thing, with some great speed, and then he allowed his natural ability to take over. So we've got to continue to do that, and play with confidence is a huge thing.
Old Dominion and Florida International get going in Miami, 7 p.m. on Saturday. Coach, thanks so much for being with us. Really appreciate your time as always.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
They bring a little extra pressure. Looks like the double reverse is here, and not this time. How about the big-time play there from Corey Jackson?
A strong bridge keeps you out of troubled waters. This connection was built 70 years ago, trusted over time, erected on concrete pillars to inform, investigate, and inspire. Morning, noon, and night, strong bridges personify, connect, and unite.
Place your legal sports bets at BetRivers.com, your new home for soccer betting. The most soccer betting options on the sport you love. We offer live in-game betting on major soccer matches worldwide. We have tons of bets available during game, from money lines, goal spreads, player goals, half bets, and many more. BetRivers.com offers live streaming of games worldwide. That's right, you can bet on the game as you're watching. Sign up now, and we'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, more action, more fun. Place your sports bets at BetRivers.com.
Hey Monarch fans, Ricky Ronnie here to say show your pride and get the new ODU credit card from Chartway.
Start using the new ODU credit card from Chartway at the stadium, in the arena, or wherever you're enjoying the game, with no annual fees and 20,000 bonus points when you sign up. Plus 0% APR on balance transfers for a full year. Earn points on every dollar you spend to redeem for cash, travel, and more. Sign up today at chartway.com/monarchs. Chartway, official credit union of ODU Athletics.
Go Monarchs!
The 80s was a fine time. Great music, great films,
great times. In that decade, Big Al's was born. Just a small shop, but important because we dealt with the critical aspects of your car. The wheels, brakes, and exhaust, all related to the safety of your drive. We grew and took on other repairs, but always making sure the job is done precisely. So when you take a trip with your family, your car isn't a worry. For almost 40 years, Big Al's. Drive more, worry less.
Real hard, crack us to ski. Look at the beef and that gravy. This hearty meal is a real big deal. Dinty Moore is the beer of meals.
I bought my replacement windows at Bellany Wholesale. There were no gimmicks or one-time sales, just straight up pricing on a high-quality product.
Bellany Windows, wholesale pricing for $265 install. Your Team 3 professional.
A lot of developments have happened.
Oh, so much has happened this race.
News 3 showed you a city-by-city breakdown on the election.
This is pretty hot off the press, so you're getting breaking news here.
The balance of power in Virginia, how your vote mattered.
We'll be taking a look at some of our local cities and why 2 of them were key in Youngkin's win.
And live minute-by-minute updates on the Virginia governor's race, giving you a more detailed, in-depth look at this highly contested election.
It's hard not to get excited about a process like this.
In a way, no one else can.
ODU's accepted our invitation to the Sun Belt Conference, and we are excited to have you as our newest member.
In the ever-changing game of college athletics, both Old Dominion and the Sun Belt feel like they've hit a home run.
I don't think there would have been a better fit or a better location for ODU than the Sun Belt Conference. So, if you're in the Olympics, we stuck the landing.
In the sports that are important to us, they're really competitive. ODU's really competitive. And then look, we're in this beautiful football stadium, so the investments certainly are consistent with what our institutions are doing.
Plenty of upside to making the jump from Conference USA to the Sun Belt when you ask Monarch Athletic Director Wood Seelig. Student athletes and fans alike standing to benefit from a more geographically friendly footprint, stiffer competition, and strong fan bases and atmospheres.
It's less travel, less missed class time. It's hyper fan friendly because it's a bunch of like schools who are committed to national prominence.
It's a lot better to play college football when your parents can be at every game. That's part of it, getting to, kiss your mom after you have a big win and those sort of things. I mean, that's a big deal.
Another component, exposure. The conference's deal with ESPN will put ODU sports on a premier national stage with all football and basketball games on one of the network's platforms.
Just to be able to tell our parents, where to watch their kids play on a, weekly basis, and it's going to be consistent, that's going to be a huge factor.
The status and the what people think about the conference, I think the perception of the Sun Belt Conference has always been that it's a very, very good baseball league.
And in this realignment game of musical chairs, the silver and blue landing in a pretty good seat.
When the music stops, you want to make sure you've got the right seat to sit in. So Old Dominion, in this instance, found the perfect seat for ODU and ODU athletics.
And that wraps up this edition of the Chartway Old Dominion Football Coaches Show. The Monarchs kick off with Florida International on Saturday at 7 p.m. Thanks so much for joining us. Go Old Dominion.
A 46-yard field goal attempt to win it for Nick Rice and the Monarchs. Kicking from left to right. Snap is good. The ball is down. The kick is up. It has the distance, and the kick is good! Nick Rice, good from 46 yards, and the Monarchs have their first win over an FBS opponent since November 10th of 2018. How about that?